What's up everyone and welcome. In this episode, we're going to talk about the Log4j vulnerability and ongoing attacks to exploit it by a China-linked app group called Aquatic Panda. No, the Log4j story has not gone away, and yes, there are still tons of companies that have not fixed it. Some experts expect this to last anywhere from 2 years to perhaps a decade before this vulnerability gets patched at any scale. There are pieces of software that have dependencies with dependencies up to something like 7 levels deep, which require Log4j. So your software may not directly require Log4j, but somewhere deep down in the dependencies, it is required. Let's see what else we can learn to protect ourselves and others from this story.
Oh, drat these computers. They're so naughty and so complex. I could pinch them.
Cyber criminals under the moniker Aquatic Panda are the latest advanced persistent threat group to exploit the Log4JShell vulnerability. Researchers from CrowdStrike Falcon Overwatch recently disrupted the threat actors using Log4JShell exploit tools on a vulnerable VMware installation during an attack that involved a large, undisclosed academic institution. Aquatic Panda is a China-based app group with a dual mission of intelligence collection and industrial espionage, wrote Benjamin Wiley, the author of the CrowdStrike report. Wiley said researchers uncovered the suspicious activity tied to the target's infrastructure. This led Overwatch to hunt for unusual child processes associated with the VMware Horizon Tomcat web server service during routine operations. Overwatch quickly notified the organization of the activity so the target could begin their incident response protocol. CrowdStrike, among other security firms, has been monitoring for suspicious activity around a vulnerability tracked as CVE 2021-44228 and colloquially known as Log4JShell that was found in the Apache Log4j logging library in early December and immediately set upon by attackers. Due to its ubiquitous use, many common infrastructure products from Microsoft, Apple, Twitter, Cloudflare, and others are vulnerable to Log4JShell attacks. Recently, VMware also issued guidance that some components of its Horizon service are vulnerable to Log4j exploits, leading Overwatch to add the VMware Horizon Tomcat web server service to their processes to watch list. Congratulations, you're doing a great job by wanting to learn about the Aquatic Panda app group threat and by watching my episode about it. I appreciate your support. If you think I can improve on anything or just want to say hi, leave a comment in the comments section below. I look forward to reading your comments. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and smash the bell to be notified when I upload new episodes where I give you insights into the newest important cybersecurity news stories like this one. With my insights, you can be better prepared to protect your company, your family, and yourself against these and other cyber attacks. So hit that subscribe button and the like button and comment and share and turn around 3 times and let's continue to learn about this story together. The Falcon Overwatch team noticed the Aquatic Panda intrusion when the threat actor performed multiple connectivity checks via DNS lookups for a subdomain under dns.1433.eu.org executed under the Apache Tomcat service running on the VMware Horizon instance. The threat actor then executed a series of Linux commands, including attempting to execute a bash-based interactive shell with a hard-coded IP address, as well as curl and wget commands in order to retrieve threat actor tooling hosted on remote infrastructure. The commands were executed on a Windows host under the Apache Tomcat service. They triaged the initial activity and immediately sent a critical detection to the victim organization, later sharing additional details directly with their security team. Eventually, researchers assessed that a modified version of the Log4j exploit was likely used during the course of the threat actor's operations, and that the infrastructure used in the attack is linked to Aquatic Panda. Overwatch researchers tracked the threat actor's activity closely during the intrusion to provide continuous updates to academic institutions as its security administrators scrambled to mitigate the attack. Aquatic Panda engaged in reconnaissance from the host using native OS binaries to understand current privilege levels as well as system and domain details. Researchers also observed the group attempt to discover and stop a third-party endpoint protection or detection and response service. The threat actors downloaded additional scripts and then executed a base64 encoded command via PowerShell to retrieve malware from their toolkit. They also retrieved 3 files with VBS file extensions from remote infrastructure, which they then decoded. Based on the telemetry available, Overwatch believes these files likely constituted a reverse shell, which was loaded into memory via DLL search order hijacking. Aquatic Panda eventually made multiple attempts to harvest credentials by dumping the memory of the LSAS process using living off the land binaries RDR leakdiag.exe and cdump.exe, a renamed copy of createdump.exe. As 2022 starts, it's likely Log4Shell and exploits developed so attackers can use it for nefarious activity will carry their disruption into the new year. The discussion globally around Log4j has been intense, putting many organizations on edge, Overwatch researchers wrote. No organization wants to hear about such a potentially destructive vulnerability affecting its networks. The flaw already has created considerable headache for organizations and security researchers alike since its discovery in early December. Attackers immediately jumped on Log4Shell, spawning 60 variants of the original exploit created for the flaw in a 24-hour period when it was first revealed. Though Apache moved quickly to patch it, the fix also turned problematic, creating a vulnerability of its own. Moreover, Aquatic Panda also is not the first organized cybercrime group to recognize the opportunity to exploit Log4Shell, and likely will not be the last. On December 20th, the Russia-based Conti ransomware gang, known for its sophistication and ruthlessness, became the first professional crimeware outfit to adopt and weaponize the Log4j vulnerability with the creation of a holistic attack chain. So, what can we learn? Log4j is becoming a real pain in the neck and the Omicron of the cybersecurity industry. It is pretty crazy how far-reaching this one vulnerability is and how quickly attackers pounced on this. If you've not already determined your exposure, you definitely need to spend the next few days, weeks, or months going through your systems to determine your exposure. If you do not, the attackers will, and they will show no mercy. This is a great opportunity for you to find out just how good your software documentation is. You should have a system in place to document each piece of software, including version number, that you use in your company or your home. Only with this can you easily find out if any of your systems are vulnerable to the Log4j or any other bug for that matter. It could be an Excel document, a Word document, a commercial software solution, or your own in-house built solution to track and monitor the software packages you use, but it is imperative that you have this. So if you don't, then make it your New Year's resolution to have it and get started today. With that, I say thanks for watching. Don't forget to share and subscribe if you haven't already, and smash the bell if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next episode. Take care.
Don't forget to ride. Farewell. Bye bye.